The Time Travel Education Center presents an incredible journey to Cioclovina Cave, Transylvania, hosted by Peter Moon and sponsored by Sky Books of New York, the publishing house where science fiction meets reality, featuring the music of Musa. Welcome to all you friends of the Time Travel Education Center. In June of 2015, I participated in a podcast with time control scientist Dr. David Anderson. It was his first public interview in 5 years, during which time he shared some fascinating observations about Cioclovina Cave in the Carpathian Mountains of Transylvania, which was, quite ironically, a cave I had just visited the previous summer. Prior to the podcast, David had told me that the sediment in the cave revealed evidence of a time reactor discharge that had occurred hundreds of years before. There was yet further irony in this revelation because it is exactly in the area known as the Valley of the Golden Thrones, the home of a very ancient race of giants, where tunnels of pure gold lead to a mysterious chamber with 7 huge golden thrones, all leading to another world as discussed by Radu Sinamar in the 4th book of the Transylvania series, The Secret Parchment, 5 Tibetan Initiation Techniques. We will now pick up on a portion of the broadcast where producer Sean Bresnan asked Dr. Anderson directly about this. We will also supplement the audio with actual footage of the area of Cioclovina Cave. We were just talking in our break about that I had been traveling in the same areas that you'd asked a question, Sean, about the
I just thought it was interesting that David mentioned that in the sedimentary level that some proof had been found that some time travel may have taken place in that area.
Yeah, and when you said that, Sean, my first reaction was yes. You know, we noticed that when space-time motus forces discharge and it strikes the surface of the Earth, there is a creation of certain exotic materials that is somewhat common. And what's interesting in the sedimentary layer at Cioclovina Cave, there's a high concentration of 3 exotic materials that are very common at a discharge point when that occurs. And what's really interesting is they occur in the sedimentary layer where there really is no natural explanation for that. And what, there's been a few theories presented, but none of them really hold any water. And what was really amazing, I've known that for a few years. And so we had some theories about, is it possible that much earlier than us, at a much earlier place in time, that there was a space-time motive force discharge in that area of Romania in the Southern Carpathians. I've known that for years. I didn't even put it together with the fact, with Peter's research, that he had been doing like up at Sarma-Seja-Tuja, in that whole area of the Carpathian Mountains in Romania. And Peter, I was just curious, how far is the area you're researching at Sarma-Seja-Tuja and the Cioclovina Caves?
Okay, well, when I have been to Sarma-Seja-Tuja at least 3 times, maybe 4. I've stayed at the Cotizo Hotel in Costesti. I stayed there, and we drove from there. Now, if you drive to Sarma-Seja-Tuja from that locale, it might be a very short distance. As far it is in terms of miles, I don't think is very far, but you're going up this is a mountainous area.
Well, for me, that's incredible. It's an incredible synchronicity because, if I'm using the word right, because what we've only seen one location, one unexplained area where the exotic materials that typically are present at the discharge point of space-time motive force, and there's only one place we know of on the planet, halfway around the world from us right now, and somehow that's right next to where you've been researching and studying. And I'm not qualified to comment on a lot of your research and work, but for me, it's made my head spin just a little bit, realizing that literally these 2 points are in the same neighborhood.
Well, yes,
so it'll be interesting to see what we learn in the coming years about this, because it's a little bit too much of a coincidence.
This ends the clip from David. But before I show you the footage of Cioclovina Cave that I took on August 10th, 2014, I want to share with you that the book I'm working on that's in progress, Stardust, An Initiation into Time, is designed to integrate the synchronicity David is referring to. It's important to keep in mind that all of my past work has made these incredible adventures possible. We will now begin with our initial approach to Cioclovina Cave, and I'll try to leave in as much natural sound as possible.
Hey Peter, come and see the blue light.
Come and see the blue light?
It's a blue light here. Look.
Okay, let me get down here, Paula. Ooh.
It's a blue, e o lumină albastră aici. Vedeți?
Da, dar o revelație. Where is the blue light?
Here.
Camera?
Yeah. Right here.
You'll note that the blue light, which appeared to 3 ladies and myself, appeared just before we came to this incredible cave. This is one entrance to Cioclovina Cave. I should also add in here that blue lights are a signature experience of my journeys in Transylvania. And here's one at Sarmisegetuza, just to give you an idea of what occurs. Here's another one in the nearby mountain area called Vertoape. Paula, what do you think of the cave?
Great. Awesome area.
Now here is my final ascent into the cave. Got to climb up some rocks onto sort of a little plateau before you can get inside. Oh, interesting. When I actually get into the cave, I meet a Romanian woman there named Sandy, who's there with a group of people. She's heard of me and she's appreciative of my work, and she has some interesting things to say about what they're doing there.
They are, with the workshops, they are learning about the area, about the caves in the area, about the tradition, about the history of the area. We are trying to cover everything.
Come meet Danielle, because it was really neat to get information from you. It would be so appreciated just to hear what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
Very sweet. Don, this is Sandy. This is Don. Tell her about who you are and what you do. Daniel is the archaeologist and author who befriended me and took me to this cave. I had no idea that there was a time reactor discharge at this cave, and I was just sort of following his lead. Of course, he has no idea of it either, and I plan to inform him this summer. He bought a drone, and he patrols the valley with this drone and a camera. I suggested that he take that drone and fly it inside to some of the caves. He thought that was an interesting idea. Now listen to what I have to say about the cave based upon what I learned from Sandy. So, Joan, she says you can go back 7 kilometers into the cave, but you can only go, you need equipment and suits to keep you warm. And then there's 70 caves in this complex, in this mountain, 70 caves. 70 caves in this mountain alone. So Alan, there's 70 caves in this mountain. 70.
As big as this.
They intertwine, they interlock, and this is just one mountain.
It's amazing. The water is so cold.
Yeah, you can feel the energy here. So this is a look at our journey to Cioclovina Cave, a journey that occurred during the period of the famous August biorhythm associated with the Philadelphia and Montauk experiments. There are more mysteries associated with this journey, and the three ladies who accompanied me to this magical cave, and these adventures will be shared either exclusively or initially with subscribers to the Time Travel Education Center website. But even so, these mysteries won't be fully contextualized or appreciated unless one is familiar with the books in the Transylvania series. I will, however, make a report to everyone on my August 2016 journey to Cioclovina Cave, the place where the worlds unite. Thank you for watching.